Hi everyone. Today I want to share a story that completely changed my life. I'm going to tell you what it was really like to leave everything behind and move to London to learn English. Let me tell you, it was a roller coaster ride. There were moments of joy, struggles, and surprises I'll never forget. I know many of you are curious about what it feels like to live in a new country, surrounded by a language and culture you're not familiar with. Maybe you're thinking of doing the same, or maybe you just love a good adventure story. Either way, this video is for you. So, grab your favorite drink and let's begin. When I first decided to go to London, I had so many dreams in my mind. I imagined myself walking through iconic landmarks like Tower Bridge and Big Ben, speaking fluent English in no time. My family was so supportive. They helped me prepare for everything, from getting my visa to packing my bags. Let me tell you about my first few hours in London. The flight was smooth, but the moment I landed, I was overwhelmed by the sheer size of Heathrow Airport. There were so many signs and people speaking in accents I wasn't used to. Even asking for directions was a challenge. But I kept telling myself, this is the start of your adventure. You can do this. My first night in my new room felt both exciting and strange. I kept looking out of the window, watching the red buses pass by, thinking, I'm really here. I barely slept that night because I was so excited to start exploring. The next few weeks were all about adjustment. First, I had to figure out the public transport system. Oh, the tube. It's an amazing network, but for someone new, it's like a giant maze. I remember one time, I took the wrong train and ended up in a completely different zone. I had to ask for help, and the person was so kind. He even walked me to the right platform. Then, there was the food. Coming from my country, where spices and flavors are a big deal, I found British food a bit plain at first. But I grew to love fish and chips, Sunday roasts, and even Marmite. Yes, I liked it. My English classes were a mix of fun and frustration. I quickly realized how different textbook English is from the way people actually speak. My teacher, Mr. Davies, was incredibly patient. He had a way of making us laugh, even when we struggled. I'll never forget how he taught us the difference between walk and work. He made us repeat the words so many times until we got them right. One thing I noticed was how polite British people are. They say sorry for everything. I bumped into someone on the street, and they apologized to me. It was so different from what I was used to. Weekends were my favorite time. I would visit different parts of London, Hyde Park, Camden Market, Notting Hill. Each place had its own vibe. One weekend, I went to a football match at Wembley Stadium. The energy in the crowd was electric. But the real magic happened in small moments. Like the time I watched a street performer near Covent Garden. He was playing the violin, and his music was so beautiful that a crowd gathered around him. It was one of those moments where I felt completely connected to the city. Not everything was easy though. Homesickness hit me hard around the third month. I missed my family, my favorite foods, and speaking my language. There were nights when I felt like giving up. One of the hardest moments was during a group activity in class. We had to give a short presentation, and I was so nervous. My voice trembled, and I forgot some words. But my classmates cheered for me, and my teacher reminded me that mistakes are part of learning. British accents was way harder than I thought. I remember the first time someone said, "Cheers." I thought they were offering me a drink, but they were just saying thank you. And don't even get me started on the slang. One day, a friend told me, "It's chucking it down." I had no idea they meant it was raining heavily. Another challenge was budgeting. London is an expensive city, and I had to learn how to manage my money. I started cooking at home more. It was a great way to spend time with my housemates. We shared recipes and showed each other how to cook food from our countries. As time went on, I noticed significant changes in myself. My confidence grew, and I wasn't afraid to speak English even if I made mistakes. Each conversation became a little easier, and I started to enjoy expressing myself in a new language. This newfound confidence led me to step out of my comfort zone in ways I never imagined. For example, I began volunteering at a local charity shop where I met so many kind and welcoming people. They were patient with me, and our chats helped me improve my English even more. Every day at the shop felt rewarding, as I not only practiced my language skills, but also contributed to the community. One of my favorite memories during my time there was a day trip to Oxford with my classmates. It was an unforgettable experience. We toured the stunning colleges, marveling at their history and architecture. We had a lovely picnic by the river, sharing stories and laughter under the warm sun. The highlight of the day was trying punting for the first time. None of us were experts, so there were plenty of funny moments as we struggled to steer the boats. The day was filled with so much joy and bonding, leaving me with memories I'll cherish forever. The day was filled with so much joy and bonding, leaving me with memories I'll cherish forever. Back at home, my housemates became like a second family to me. We shared so many special moments together that brought us closer. We celebrated each other's birthdays with homemade cakes and decorations, making even the simplest moments feel extraordinary. On quiet evenings, we would gather to watch movies, laughing at silly comedies or getting lost in thrilling dramas. As the year went on, we even organized a little Christmas party. It wasn't fancy, but it was filled with warmth and love. We exchanged small gifts and enjoyed a meal together, feeling like a real family. Those moments made me realize how important human connections are, no matter where you're from or what language you speak. The friendships we made were special. They went beyond different languages and cultures. They gave me comfort and happiness while I was far from home. Then something changed. Instead of letting the challenges defeat me, I decided to embrace them. I started to join local events, like language exchange meetups and free walking tours. These gave me the chance to speak with native speakers and learn more about the culture. One weekend, I joined a local book club. Imagine this, me sitting with a group of Londoners discussing a novel I could barely understand. But they were so patient and kind, and they encouraged me to keep coming back. It became one of my favorite activities. I also started watching British TV shows with subtitles. My favorite was a comedy series that helped me learn common expressions and slang. Slowly, I began to understand the accents and even started using some of the slang myself. Imagine me saying, "Fancy a cuppa?" to invite someone for tea. And then there were the random moments of connection. Like the time I helped an elderly lady carry her shopping bags up a flight of stairs. She smiled and said, "You're a star." That small interaction made my day. Looking back, my time in London wasn't just about learning English. It was about discovering myself. I learned to be independent, to face challenges head-on, and to appreciate the beauty of diversity. If you're thinking of studying abroad, my advice is, go for it. Be prepared for ups and downs, but remember that every experience, good or bad, is a lesson. Immerse yourself in the culture, make friends, and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. And one last thing, don't forget to enjoy the journey. Sometimes, we get so focused on the end goal that we forget to appreciate the little moments along the way. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to chase your dreams and embrace new experiences. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts or your own stories about learning a language or living abroad. Until next time, take care.